during the past 6 years, we have received numerous assistance from IMF and ADB. Especially ADB has provided us consultancy service and also funding to implement our information technology systems. The next one was educating the taxpayer and public service. As Maldives did not have a direct tax system prior to the establishment of MIRA, the organization lacked experience in administering new tax systems, and also the short time framework provided to implement various taxes was a very big challenge for us. So, but several programs were carried out to educate the public on the new tax system. One of the activities that we carried out was regular visits to the businesses. Right now also we have been conducting compliance visits from the beginning of, it was started initially when we introduced these taxes. Still it has been continued. So one Saturday of every month is marked as our compliance day. In this day, all our staff will be visiting all the businesses within our capital. Since Maldives' population is disputed over 200 inhabited islands, and it's a big challenge to provide information for the taxpayers who are in the atolls. But in the implementation stage of goods and services tax, staffs visited all the islands within 1 month time period and educated the public on the goods and services tax. At that time, we only had 40 to 50 staffs, but we were able to cover all the islands within that period of time. The challenges, as I have mentioned earlier, the challenges which we have faced include that our organization did not have much experience on administering the new taxes, and also the businesses didn't keep much records, especially the small and medium-sized businesses did not maintain proper records. This was also a very challenging work for us to implement the taxes. As I mentioned before, a short time period was provided to implement major taxes. As you can see, tourism GST, it was introduced in 2011, and we were given 4 months time to implement it, and for general goods and services tax, we were given a 1 month period. And also for business profit tax, we were given 6 months period to implement it. So within total 9 months period, we were able to successfully implement these taxes. Since the Maldivian population is dispersed over 188 inhabited islands, which makes it challenging for MIRA to reach taxpayer carrying out businesses in different areas at an affordable cost. Currently, there are branches and collection centers open in 6 out of 19 atolls. Taxpayers and residents operating business in these areas can make all payments and file tax returns to MIRA through these offices. However, we have introduced online payment and filing facilities in order to make the services more accessible to the public. So right now, taxpayers can pay online, and taxes can be paid online through Varu card, or we have introduced a Varu card which they can pay taxes online. One of the successful strategies that we introduced during the reform was consultation with stakeholders. MIRA held consultation sessions with government institutions and stakeholders in relevant industries to formulate the regulation. So before preparing the regulation, we had continuous consultation sessions with all the leading industries such as tourism sector, construction industry, and we allow them, the stakeholders, to express their opinion and concern regarding the new taxes. So during the formulation of the regulation, it was addressed in the regulation, their concerns and opinions were included in the regulation. The other thing is we have training institute under the name of Maldives Tax Academy was established to train taxpayers, general public, and tax agents. Right now, at the initial stage, it was a training center, but during 2014, the Tax Academy was established, and now it offers Certificate 1 in Taxation in Maldives, which was endorsed by Maldives Qualification Authority, and also carries out continuous professional development program for the tax agents. MIRA has taken several steps to strengthen the relation with other institutions and tax authorities. As such, organization has signed MOU with different government institutions for the purpose of building relationship, providing assistance and sharing information, and also through membership of international associations such as CARTA, SAGATA, Global Forum, and ATTEC. There's an opportunity to build relationship with the other tax authorities. And also our officials has visited various tax authorities on study tours and to build relationships. Various programs are conducted by a range of communication channels to create awareness program. As you can see, the following media programs and interviews were broadcasted through television and radio. Sadhu Show, it is our own show, which is an online show, and information can be get from MIRA's official website, and also we do provide continuous information from social media. Advertisements, newsletters are also produced, and also to assist the taxpayers in the small businesses, especially in the atolls. Our staff team visits all atolls in order to assist them to prepare the returns and their financial statements. The other task that we carry out is on the occasion of our anniversary celebration. On every year there's an open day, and in this open day all public are invited to participate and get information about the relevant taxes and about the functions and what activities that we carry out. Also, roadshow events are held to promote the new facilities introduced by the authority. One of the core values of MIRA is to be open and transparent to taxpayers and general public. Accordingly, revenue reports and other publications are published on our website regularly. The reports includes quarterly reports of including the statistics and overview and highlights of each quarter, the task that we carry out. The other issues include number of qualified and experienced people in terms of tax administration and international taxation matters are few in the Maldives. So the MIRA is exposing to the international tax exposure in the tax to the international tax matter is very low. However, the staff of MIRA are required to assess and carry out tax audit, business profit tax, and GST of multinational corporations that operate in the Maldives. So the MIRA's main weakness in dealing with the international tax issues is lack of technical expertise. We do believe that with the qualified and experienced employees, we will be able to perform efficiently and effectively. The other thing is that in the Maldives, the inexperience of the judiciary system is also a weakness in the country. The presence in atolls is one of the way forward. We are targeting by end of 2017 to have a regional office or collection center in every atoll of the Maldives at the end of 2017, so that this will improve the effectiveness and efficiency of tax administration. MIRA has given high priority to staff development and training, both to enhance the staff technical skills and personal and career development, and to keep the staff motivated. MIRA employees participated in local and international training programs to increase their knowledge base and expose themselves to international tax matters. Also, experts who were working in MIRA under the technical assistance from ADB and IMF helped to improve the capacity of the staff. The automation program is also ongoing. Currently, MIRA is working towards the introduction of a mobile application that can. Current CRM or customer relations management component will be integrated to SAP system, which is currently implemented in MIRA by end of 2016. The Maldives has signed limited bilateral treaty with government of India. It includes both double tax agreement and tax information exchange agreement. In addition, we have signed the sarclateral DTA agreement, and also very recently we have concluded the negotiation with UAE on double tax agreement, and we are planning to commence negotiation of the DTAs with Sri Lanka, Qatar, Malaysia, Thailand, and other countries in a short time period. Okay, thank you very much for listening. That's all.
شكرا للآنسة.
Thank you to Miss Esma for her presentation. We kind of went over the time, but if it's we can still take a few questions if there are any.
presentation. I just wanted to ask a question, referring to the representative of Maldives. You said that that MIRA, the tax authority of your country, is affiliated to the parliament. So I have never heard of such a thing. So what is the rationale behind that?
It was established as an independent authority, so government will not be involved in implementing the taxes. The government will only be making the policies on taxes. So since MIRA is an independent authority, we can independently establish and implement the taxes. I think that was the reason why the government decided to keep the tax authority as an independent institution rather than including it under the government.
أي أسئلة أخرى؟
Any other questions?
Thank you for your presentation. I have one question to Indonesian. I like your system, but I want to see what is the impact if you're applying this kind of communication system in 2015 and 2016, such as like how many new taxpayer registered, is it a significant number or not? The tax revenues are increasing as a percentage of GDP. Is it increased with significant percentage or not? Something like that. I want to know the impact of applying this system. Thank you.
Thank you for the answer. Every year, we just do the reformation. After the reformation, the target still increase, but for the growth, tax growth is also increased, and so does the taxpayer, the new taxpayer registered. Now it's about 10,000. About 30,000 new taxpayers registered. We also make a program to taxpayer who not fulfill the tax revenue, the non-filler. And about that, the impact is after the staff comes to their local home or local business, they will cooperate with us. The problems to us is just how to change the mindset of external and how to penetrate the strategies for external. And it takes a long time. But we do by website or social medias, or we just go face-to-face dialogue. That's all.
حتى نكون عادلين في توزيع.
Can be just. Go ahead. Rahim. In the name of God, the most gracious and most merciful, from Mauritania. I want to ask the Malaysians the percentage of taxpayers compared to the entire population. Also, throughout this presentation, I wasn't able to know these local taxes. Are they taken independently of these tax administrations? Thank you. Sure.
Thank you, Mauritania. Local tax is, we do not, actually, in the Revenue Board of Malaysia, we do not administer local tax. We only administer the direct tax, national direct tax, income tax, stamp duty, real property gains tax, and etc. And local tax is handled by the local authority. And as for the percentage of numbers of taxpayer, we have around 5 million taxpayer, and the total population is about 30 millions. But those are total taxpayers. The active is maybe around 2 million. Thank you.
سؤال أخير ربما للإخوة في ماليزيا.
There's a question to those in Malaysia. We spoke a lot about communication strategies, but we didn't speak about the planning with regards to the different categories, the high worth individuals, those who are below them, or if we categorize it such as consumption tax, sales tax, different types of taxes. We should have strategies, different strategies for each of those different types of people or categories. How do we deal with these different categories and types?
Definitely, there's for Malaysian system, tax system, we have direct and indirect taxes. So direct taxes are administered by Inland Revenue Board of Malaysia, while the indirect taxes is administered by Royal Custom. So the consumption tax and VAT, the so-called VAT or GST we call it here, is administered by the Royal Custom. So we only administer the direct tax and on the national level. So as for the specific targeted taxpayers, we do not have a very specific target, but we do have programs that depend on the needs and the necessity of that situation. Maybe sometimes we go on the professional, we go on the certain, we go on certain industries, and those are targeted programs. But we do not have a specific target for a specific period of time. Anyway, we follow the compliance model, whereby for each category of taxpayer, we have a different set of action or activities that we will do. For those taxpayer that they are compliance taxpayer, then we have a program where we help them more, and we encourage them to comply. For those who are hardcore non-compliance, then we have the investigation and all and strict to the law process. Okay.
Thanks a lot for the presenters and also for the rapporteurs from Malaysia and Qatar. Thanks a lot.
You're very well. Thank you, Mr. Wael Sami Khadaji, Ms. Ann Almaidah Anwar, Mr. Muhammad Mustafa Said, and Ms. Asma Shafiu. Please remain on stage for a quick photography session. Mr. Qatar and Mr. Azlan Alias, thank you. Now, let us wait momentarily while the stage crew make the necessary preparations for the next session.